Anyway, I miss you a lot, old man.
Summer broke on the backs of children, even though swings performed miracles and breezes sang psalms. For that summer, from the outskirts of some far-off, even whimsical place, came the low, resolute moo of a dragon. A child, of course, could not recognize that fabled moo, or the serpentine tail close to her feet, wound up among the thistle and milkweed like a hose. Nor, for that matter, could she recognize the starry white bone left upright in the sandbox, like some remarkable claw or shovel. Not when the sun was out and games continued, certainly not when there was summer love and root beer. But at dusk, when the fog crept in, thick and sweating, suggesting some kind of burning far off, down over there, where someone once saw two eyes pale as October moons blink, a child could know the meaning of fall. And that August, 2 weeks before school began, some children went down to that place, and they never came back.
Dass die Angst als Grundbefindlichkeit in solcher Weise erschließt, dafür ist wieder die alltägliche Daseinsauslegung und Rede der unvoreingenommenste Beleg. Befindlichkeit, so wurde früher gesagt, macht offenbar wie eine Mist. In der Angst ist einem unheimlich. Darin kommt zunächst die eigentümliche Unbestimmtheit dessen, wobei sich das Dasein in der Angst befindet, zum Ausdruck. Das Nichts und Nirgends. Unheimlichkeit meint aber dabei zugleich das Nicht-Zuhause-Sein. Das Nicht-Zuhause-Sein.
When I copied down the German a week ago, I was fine. Then last night I found the translation, and this morning, when I went to work, I didn't feel it all myself. It's probably just a coincidence. I mean that there's some kind of connection between my state of mind and the Navidson record, or even a few arcane sentences on existence penned by a former Nazi tweaking on who knows what. More than likely, it's something entirely else, the real root lying in my already strange mood fluctuations. I guess those are pretty recent, too. Rocking back and forth between wishful thinking and some private agony until the bar breaks. I have no fucking clue. These days I'm an apprentice at a tattoo shop on Sunset. I answer phones, schedule consultations, and clean up. Any idiot could handle it. In fact, the job's reserved for idiots. This afternoon, though, how do I explain it? Something's really off. I'm off. I can't do a fucking thing. I just keep staring at all the ink we have, that wild variety of color, everything from root beer, midnight blue, and cochineal, to mauve, light dough, lilac, South Sea green, maize, even pelican black, all lined up in these plastic caps like tiny transparent thimbles, and needles too, my eyes catching on all those carefully preserved points, and we have hundreds, mostly 12 sharps, many singles, though plenty in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 needle groups, even a 14-round shader. Depends on what you need. I don't know what I need, but for no apparent reason I'm going terribly south. Nothing has happened, absolutely nothing, but I'm still having problems breathing. The air in the shop is admittedly thick with a steady smell of sweat, isopropyl alcohol, benzol, all that solution for the ultrasonic cleaner, even solder and flux, but that's not it either. Of course no one notices. My boss, a retinue of his friends, some new inductee who just put down $150 for a rose, keep up the chatter. Pretty loud chatter, too, though never quite enough to drown out the most important sound of all, the single insistent buzz of an original J tattoo machine, logging yet another 100 stabs a minute in the dimple of some chunky ass. I get a glass of water. I walk out in the hallway. That's a mistake. I should have stayed near people, the comfort of company and all that. Instead, I'm alone running through a quick mental checklist. Food poisoning, stomach's fine. Withdrawals, haven't been on a GAC or ecstasy diet for several months, and while I didn't smoke any pot this morning, my usual ritual, I know THC doesn't create any lasting physical dependencies. And then out of the fucking blue, everything gets substantially darker. Not pitch black, mind you, not even power failure black, more like a cloud passing over the sun, make that a storm. Though there is no storm, no clouds, it's a bright day, and anyway, I'm inside. I wish that had been all, just a slight decrease in illumination and a little breathing difficulty. Could still blame that on a blown fuse or some aberrant drug-related flashback. But then my nostrils flare with the scent of something bitter and foul, something inhuman, reeking with so much rotten years, telling me in the language of nausea that I'm not alone. Something's behind me. Of course I deny it. It's impossible to deny. I want to puke. To get a better idea, try this. Focus on these words, and whatever you do, don't let your eyes wander. Now imagine, just beyond your peripheral vision, maybe behind you, maybe to the side of you, maybe even in front of you, but right where you can't see it, something is quietly closing in on you. So quiet, in fact, that you can only hear it as silence. Find those pockets without sound. That's where it is, right at this moment. But don't look. Keep your eyes here. Now take a deep breath. Go ahead, take an even deeper one. Only this time, as you start to exhale, try to imagine how fast it will happen, how hard it's going to hit, how many times it will stab your jugular with its teeth, or are they nails? Don't worry, that particular detail doesn't matter, because before you have time to even process that you should be moving, you should be running, you should at the very least be flinging up your arms, you sure as hell shouldn't be listening to me. You won't have time to even scream. Don't look. I didn't. Of course I looked. I looked so fucking fast I should have ended up wearing one of those neck braces for whiplash. My hands had gone all clammy, my face was burning up. Who knows how much adrenaline had just been dumped into my system. Before I turned, it felt exactly as if in fact I had turned, and at that instant caught sight of some tremendous beast crouched off in the shadows, muscles a-twitch from firing, its great mass forward, ragged claws slowly extending, digging into the linoleum, even as its eyes are dilating beyond the point of reason, completely obliterating the iris, and by that widening fire, the glowing furnace of witness, a camera lucida with me in silhouette like some silly hand shadow twitching about upside down. Is that right, or am I getting confused? Either way, registering at last the sign it must have been waiting for. My own recognition of exactly what has been waiting for me all along. Except that when I finally do turn, jerking around like the scared shitless shit-for-brains I am, I discover only a deserted corridor. Or was it merely a recently deserted corridor? This thing, whatever it had been, obviously beyond the grasp of my imagination, or for that matter my emotions, having departed into alcoves of darkness, seeping into corners and floors, cracks and outlets, gone even to the walls. Lights now normal. The smell history, though my fingers still tremble, and I've yet to stop choking on large, irregular gulps of air as I keep spinning around like a stupid top, spinning around on the top of nothing, looking everywhere, even though there's absolutely nothing. Nothing anywhere. I actually thought I was going to fall, and then just as abruptly as I'd been possessed by this fear, it left me, and I fell back into control.